Everybody, welcome to another episode of Adjusting Success. This is Dr. Enrico Dolcecore, and we're going to get ready and jump right in this week into closing before anyone even gets to your office. I mean, this is a concept that I think the faster you understand it, the faster you grasp this concept, the more success you're going to have in closing leads, getting leads to become new patients, and once they get to your office, they're already pre-sold, saving you the hassle and drama of hunting down people more and more often. So we'll wait a couple seconds and slowly get into this, but closing people before they even come in is what makes great salesmen. That's how this whole process works. For some people, it's about knowing the three types of customers that you have: the people who are looking for ease of access and having access to people. I mean, that's the most common thing people don't even know that they want. Uh, when they're buying is access. So they're trying to buy for access. So you making yourself accessible, whether you're a high ticket practitioner or whether you do specialty work or whatever it may be, making yourself accessible is the first opening for a lot of great sales. And number two is people who are looking for solutions. There are people out there that are upset with medical system or whatever, maybe looking for solutions. And then there's the ones I think most of us don't like is the quick fix people. But you need to understand all three. And you can have this done and closed before people even come to your office. You can be that great salesperson, or you can have staff people, members on your team that can be that great salesperson. So that's what we're going to be going through today, closing people before they even become a client in your office. I mean, this is really important skills to develop as quickly as you can. The faster you master these skills, the easier success you'll have. And really what you're going to do is create less friction to transaction for your community, which is absolutely fantastic. And you can be a high value practitioner, and you can be fully booked with a wait list, and you can be all the good things that we want to have and still be accessible. That's what we're going to go through today, is becoming a master closer. Not going to happen in this 20 minutes here, but these motions set into principle will actually move you ahead of the game here. And by no means am I a master. I'm still working on this after, doing it for 4 consecutive years. It was a complete shift in my mind frame on closing people before they even come in. What we have to get over as doctors and service providers, especially when it comes to like chiropractors, massage therapists, physical therapists, we truly do want to help people. But at the end of the day, we end up saying yes to everyone. And I'm always challenging clients all the time. Like, when was the last time you told a patient they can't start care? And the most common response, and you guys are more than welcome to chime in and leave comments. The most common the response I get is some type of contraindication, major medical contraindication. And that's great. I'm glad you do that. You're supposed to do that. But aside from those things, people don't say no to clients. When you get the power of saying no, you open up your schedule to people who will say yes. And your schedule fills up faster when you get yeses than you get no's. Why? Because you end up wasting your time in your schedule trying to convince people that are booking time in your schedule to do what you want them to do or what they should do, and them saying no or flaking or not showing up for the day 3 or not showing up for their 4th adjustment or quitting early. This stuff wastes your time. So this is what the pre-close is all about. You guys ready? I'm going to get going. We need to know the marketing cycle here. And I've created this. I mean, it's not stolen from anyone. I created this, how to close the marketing loop. And we all focus on marketing. We all just market. And this perpetual hamster wheel never ends. We just always need new patients. And what ends up happening when you grow your business a little bit? Do you need more new patients or less new patients when you get to the next level? More. It's absolutely crazy when you level up that you need more and more new patients. It's crazy. Why? What's the point of even leveling up? If that's the hamster wheel you're going to create, you're going to put yourself in, I call it the wheel of death. I mean, you end up just growing and then cycling and then growing and then cycling. This hamster wheel just keeps turning. The wheel gets bigger and bigger. So instead of needing 15 new patients a month, now you need 25 new patients a month. Then you need 35 new patients a month. Then you need 55 new patients a month. And yes, you're making 60, 100, 150K a month. but your overhead is 50, 60, 150K a month. Yes, people run businesses like this. It's absolutely crazy. What's the point of the bigger wheel? Like, so unless you're building assets and all that great stuff. So I'm trying to save you guys this. So marketing, anyone can market. It's how you market, and you have to have a system to this. Present the problems that you solve. You do not solve everything. That's the problem. That's why we say yes to everyone. Doc, I got back pain. Can you help? Yes. Doc, I got neck pain. Can you help? Yes. Doc, I got shoulder pain. Can you help? Yes. Doc, I got scalp pain. Can you help? Yep. Can help. You can help with scalp pain? Unbelievable. Doc, I have pinky pain. Can you help? Probably. Like, you can literally fix everything. Unless they say they have hemorrhoids or something. Some of you even say yes to that. Crazy people. But you do that. Toggle adjustment on the medial malleolus, right? Great for hemorrhoids. Perfect. All right. You do that and good luck with that. But the point of this is that we need to know what marketing is all about. Finding the solution to the problems you solve. So this is the cycle you're putting people through in the marketing loop. Marketing the problems. Be very specific in what you market. That's how you create niche. Can it be, can problems be symptoms? Yes. Can problems be lifestyle? Yes. Can problems be lifetime care that they may need? Yes. Can problems be managing things like Crohn's disease? Yes. If you're into the functional med world, it can be that. These things can be long-term or short-term. You can broaden your horizon. You can view things. If you're a corrective spinal practitioner that does you're thinking long-term. You should be, thinking 24, 36 month plans with these people. Like, hey, this is a long road to change your spine. It's going to take 2 or 3 years. And when we talk to our patients in our office, the corrective ones, I tell them we're going into a bodybuilding competition. So you're telling me you're coming in here, and my goal for you is to be on stage somewhere competing to be a bodybuilder competitor. This isn't going to happen in 12 months. This isn't going to happen in 6 months. It's going to take 2-3 years to get you to that point. Same thing with your spine. It's going to take that long too. So creating these things, those are the solutions. Finding the solutions to your problem is the stuff that you do in your office. We do traction. We do spinal rehabilitation. We do that, whatever it may be. If it's quick fixes that you have in your office, like upper cervical care, anything like, then that's great too. You can present those too. Presenting how your solution is going to solve their problem. This is everything you need to do before they come to their office, and committing to the solution by educating them when they do come to your office. So these things are all done before they come to your office. That's the point we're trying to make here. And this is what we're going to go through today, is closing people before the point of that through our marketing. Okay, makes sense. So remove that. So how do we do this? One is the marketing that we put out there has to be very specific. Come on in because we're the best in town at helping herniated discs. And you solidify this, and you solve the problem by, I'm using examples directly from my office. Herniated and bulging discs, we are the best in town because we have techniques in chiropractic that have been shown to work, and spinal decompression machines. We've invested in the technology, the x-rays, and the machinery and the techniques to do this for you. So we're very confident to present that. Then we create ads around that. And our ads are video ads, or our video ads are explaining how disc herniations happen, how we solve them in the office. When you market this, the people who are going to come into your office with disc herniations already know that they have something with their discs. They do, or they suspect they do. So the point of teaching them physiology and anatomy of a herniated disc isn't the best thing. It's just diving right into it. Herniated discs are no fun. At FLC, we do this, and this to help people get results faster. Our success rate speaks for itself. I challenge you to look at our Google reviews, and whatever it may be, to justify what you do, and then explaining the process that you do. That's a fantastic advertisement. Then having that on your website for people to go and learn more about it. So when you don't have this information on your website on how you help with spinal disc herniations, or if spinal decompression, or if you don't do these things, it's a break in the chain. So we have to fill-ify. That's not even a word. It's not even a word. We have to defend or support our claims and what we do on our website as well. So having landing pages, or just simply having drop-down menus on your website, are really important. So creating these things there, then fulfilling blog posts on your website as well. Maybe writing an ebook that you then attach to your ads where people get it. Or maybe when people sign up for your ad, they're put into a lead generation sequence, which on the second or third email, they automatically get the ebook. They didn't ask for it. They didn't want it. They didn't know they're getting a book, but they're getting a book. This makes you the expert in your field. Sticking to these 1, 2, or 3 things that you do very well is what separates you from the market. This comes from marketing. This comes from a marketing degree. This is what people know, that creating niches and expertise works. That's why digital agencies market to you as a chiropractor certain niches and convince you that you should do these niches, even though your practice is not set up for them. Spinal decompression, neuropathy, weight loss, functional med. And then you're like, that sounds fantastic. Let's do it. And you hire the digital agency instead of investing in yourself to be able to do those things. You shouldn't be doing leaky gut stuff if you don't do functional med. You really shouldn't. They sell you packages here, sell this box of nutrition to them. And over time, your reputation is not going to build from itself. You need to get results from this. So being very in line with what you do is really important. Any questions about that stuff? Okay, and that's how we set it up. So what you're going to do is you're going to walk away and you're going to pick 1, 2, maybe 3 things that you're good at. And I know all of you already know these questions. Maybe you help families in your office. Automatically, Webster, pregnancy, pediatrics. That's it. That's what you're going to go through. Family wellness is an obsolete thing to market. Wellness is an obsolete thing to market. Vitality is an obsolete thing. People don't understand these concepts. You're wasting your money in marketing these things. You're not solving anyone's problems. Come to us for ultimate wellness. What does that even mean? How do you market that? What is the result? What problems do you solve? It answers no questions. It's horrible marketing. So we don't do that. Same thing with pregnancy. Come to us if you're pregnant. Why would I come? What problems? Is it a problem that I'm pregnant? Is this a condition? Like, it's not. It's a process and a journey in a woman's life that they go through. So you're not solving pregnancy. What complications may be happening there? And then you got to be careful with that. That's why that's also another tough market to market. But if you do it properly, it becomes a hyper cool niche that you can have and get to. And you can market this properly, maybe not just through posting Facebook ads and spurring them across your community, but maybe targeting groups or Facebook groups that are based around pregnancy, prenatal, postnatal, midwifery, midwives, OBGs, whatever it may be. Then you can get pretty cool with that, and then setting up workshops within your community. So there's many ways of doing it. So let's get past that. So as we niche and we make these things proper, leads are going to start coming in. And the reason why leads don't pick up the calls because when you call them is because they are not committed to the program that they've come up to, whether you're doing a $99 new patient special or whatever it is. Yeah. So you made it really easy. All you did was ask for them to sign up. And you'll see all digital agencies doing this now because it just creates more leads that way. We've tried for years with the prepay. You end up getting very few leads this way. The major barrier is that people don't want to put their credit card information into somebody or something that they don't know if it's legitimate because there's so many scams out there. That's the reason why you don't prepay. But you can get this done on the phone. So there's ways to do that as well. The whole point is once you get someone on the phone, the system to get a lead into the office is to be very direct and very straightforward with this. We've got lots of different techniques that we do. We'll try calling someone and texting them right off the bat. Then if they don't answer within that day, the next day, what happens is during the midday, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., what they'll do is they'll call. And if they get the voicemail, they hang up and they call them right back. If they get the voicemail, they hang up. They'll do this 3 or 4 times. And every now and then somebody will pick up on the third ring. They're like, what is going on? Hello. And they're frazzled. And you need to be able to work through that. And our team does a really good job. Like, hey, is this Mark? And they're like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been trying to connect through. My phone's not working on my end. They're like, yeah, I guess you kind of rang through a couple of times. Hey, you signed up yesterday for a Facebook thing. I don't want to waste much of your time. I just wanted to see what was a good time for you to come on into our office and get that $99 promo. Make it simple, and then they'll remember what they signed up for. Oh, yeah. Busy right now, but typically Fridays work. Great. We have a 2 p.m. and a 4 p.m. Which one works best for you? I'll make this easy, and I'll send you. I already have your email. I'm going to send you everything right there. You know what? 4 p.m. works. Great. We'll see you then. That's it. You lock them in for the appointment. Then on Thursday they get a call again. Hey, Mark, it's Glenn from Full Life. We are just confirming your appointment for 4 o'clock tomorrow. We know we caught you when you were busy. If this is a voicemail, looking forward to see you there. I didn't see that you've returned the paperwork yet that we sent you on Tuesday. If you can confirm that you can get that done. If not, print it and bring it in when you come in. And even if you don't get that done, we'll have the paperwork for you there. But you want to get them to have this all closed. But the point is, if they get them on the phone on Thursday, then they're directing it directly to the doctor. They're like, hey, great, Mark, I just want to confirm everything. The doctors like to talk to everyone before they come in to make sure that they're going to be able to help you. Great that you got the promo, but if we can't help you here, we don't want to waste your time. Like, great, can they call you tonight? That's where the magic happens, is connecting with the doctor or the provider before that first appointment, and then getting very good at this system. We call it the virtual consult or the pre-consult. And what I do is I get my OPQRST right there on the phone when I call Mark. I'm like, hey, Mark, great to hear from you. Heard that you found us on Facebook. That's cool. I'm glad these ads are working and we're reaching more people. Tell me about what's going on. Yeah, I've got, headaches. Someone told me I should see a chiropractor. I saw your ad. I said, this is a sign. I got to sign up. Great. Where do you live? Are you close by? Perfect. That's great to know that you'll be able to come in for your appointments and not drive from another town to our town. That's great. Tell me about everything. OPQRST. Great. This is how things work, Mark. We do things really cool. Have you checked out our website? Yet? Yes or no, doesn't matter. If you haven't, you see all the cool technology we have in our office. I think we're Tampa's nicest office. If you look at it, we're the nicest office you've probably ever been to. And there's a reason for that. Our reputation defends itself. Once you come in, we're going to look for the underlying cause. If you just wanted to solve your headaches, I would tell you just to take Tylenol, but I'm sure you've already tried that. So when you come on in, we're going to find the root cause. And typically, if we find what we can do to help you here with chiropractic, people typically work with me for 3 to 6 months, because to solve things doesn't happen overnight. Are you okay with that? Are you going to be here or in Hawaii in 3 months? They're like, no, I'm around. Great. And then typically they work with us a few times a week. So as long as you can come in for 15-minute appointments a few times a week, we can do this. Can you do that? Again, I don't want to waste your time, Mark. Yeah, great. And then this is when you get good at it. You can stop it there. You've pre-qualified the patient for the two major obstacles that you run into, which is time and timing and frequency. The third golden one is if when you get confident at doing this, is telling them how much it costs to work with you. Because that may be the last barrier for them to get over the hump. And then once you go there and say, hey, most of our patients, we work with them with 24 treatments over a certain amount of time, and we charge $100 per visit to do all this because they're all inclusive visits. They have everything you need in them. And we discount that. So typically people work for $2,000 to $3,000 to work with us over, 3 to 6 months. Is that going to be a barrier for you to come on in? I don't want to surprise you. I mean, I'm just being honest. The $100 is just to get you rolling and get the diagnostics. But after the work that we do takes time. Is that an area? Then what ends up happening is amazing stuff. They will tell you their obligations, their limitations, their hurdles to that amount, which you can solve right there, which you would do on a day 2 anyways. So getting your head through the fact that you do not need to seclude them into a room for a day 2 to give you a sense of power works really well. This is done on a phone, and you can still have that sense of, authority, being the doctor, doing this over the phone, and it can be very successful. So, but that takes confidence. You'll see when you first try this, you stop at the money portion. Most people do, because they feel like if I say 2,000 or 3,000, they may deflect and not even show up tomorrow. That happens rarely. But what will end up happening is once you say that, is that going to be an issue for you and you're silent, they will respond. They'll be like, I wasn't expecting that. Or, yeah, do you guys take HSA? Yeah, we take HSA. Great. You'll be surprised at the responses that you get over the phone. There's pauses because people are thinking. They're like, well, I'm not going to write them a check, but will you break that up? Yeah, we do that. Like I said, if it's short and you need a smaller package over 3 months, we'll divide it over 3 or 4 payments. If it's a longer thing and we take x-rays and there's arthritis and train wreck and all this stuff, and it's going to take more time, we'll extend it over 6 months. But yeah, it's typically 3,000 divided by 6. I mean, that's how we do our work for simple math for your monthly. And you'll be surprised where the conversation goes with money. Another big thing is I want you to stop and pause at what limiting beliefs you have during this. You learn so much about yourself speaking. You just learn a lot about yourself. Some people are like, "How's coaching going?" I say, "I love it so much. I'm a better chiropractor and a better business owner because I'm talking to higher level people. I get to talk to chiropractors. I get to talk to service providers. I get to talk to CEOs and business owners and help coach their businesses. That level of communication has to be a lot more rock solid. And when I end up going back talking to, not all my patients are business owners, not all my patients are CEOs. They're working class, they may have a salary, whatever it may be. And you start talking at a CEO level, it's only helped. It's been absolutely fantastic. So all this stuff comes a long way. So I say master this stuff earlier and break through your limiting beliefs. You'll learn that whatever you pause on or whatever you stop on or whatever you avoid during your pre-consult are your limiting beliefs, not the patient's. How many times have patients surprised you? They're like, oh man, that person does not look like they can afford it. They come in the next day and either prepay the whole thing or sign up for the care plan. It happens all the time. You got stories about this. So your limiting beliefs, don't make them objections and obstacles that you need to hurdle in your business. They're holding you back. So how cool is pre-screening people to become a patient to your office? And you'll be like, man, what happens if they cancel? I've had that happen. They're like, hey doc, this doesn't really sound like a place I was expecting. Do you know any chiropractors that don't do this? You're like, whoa, okay, ouch. I actually do. They actually take insurances too. Do you want that? Oh man, that'd be great. Like, great. You'd probably be a great patient for an insurance-based practice. Here you go. I think, people across the street over at LOL Chiropractic take insurance. So go ahead and do that. Great. So we give them their number and they go do that. But that's what we do here. It's a fantastic, and it's not as easy as you think, but it has been such a great, our associates do it. Our associates are now, it's part of the office culture to do this. So and we had a long-term where our CAs would take prepayment for that first visit. So if it came from a lead, a $99 lead, they're like, great, we'll see you on Friday. We typically take a credit card on file and pre-charge you for that 99. If you need to reschedule for any way, shape, or form, you can easily reschedule at any time for no cost. And if for some reason you need a refund, we'll refund you. But that's our policy. We take the $99 in advance, or the 200. We would do this for new patients. And that would limit new patient no-shows. But as the time has gone on, our conversation has gotten so good that the no-shows don't happen. New patient no-shows don't happen. Our marketing leads still may no-show. That's okay. So we may try that. But again, you've got a cold lead on the phone and you're creating these barriers, the chances of them falling off is going to be higher. When somebody's been referred by their neighbor to come see you as a new patient, they're probably going to show up for their appointment. So we found, we're like, man, we're making everyone do this prepay. Is it necessary? We stopped it to speed up really the answer to this was to speed up our calls because we were on the phone for so long. We're like, we got to cut these shorter. So we're like, take off the prepayment. Let's see what happens. We saw no difference on referral no-shows. We have a high show rate for referrals. So it was great. And we just suspect that lead generation have no-shows. So when we get a lot of leads, we start double booking them. That's another thing you can start to do is just 3 p.m. on Friday, and we have a 3 p.m. for you. Doug, see you on Friday. Worst case scenario, they both show up. Worst case scenario. Who cares? And they both have their paperwork done and they all did everything at the same time, you just gonna have to pick and choose who walked through the door literally first before the other and make the other person wait 15 minutes and the doctor will do, concise, but we do virtual consults. So we already have OPQRST done. So our exams can be rushed a little bit. If I knew that, our CAs tell us, hey, Doug and Stacy are both here at the same time. Doc, you're welcome. Happy Friday. I'm like, okay, Stacy, come on in. We go, hey, let me know if I got this right, Stacy. Here are my notes from our call on Wednesday. Neck pain, radiates, does this, started, you tried PT, doesn't work. Been getting worse over the last 2 months. Anything else that I'm missing? Any sports injuries, car accidents, slips and falls, pushes, hits over your head by your brother, anything that's happened in your life that we need to know. And that's where we spend the time. If they say no, I don't let them minimize. I go through it. I'm like, are you sure you've never slipped and fall ever before? Never been on a trampoline, never been on a roller coaster? They're like, well, no, I have. I played college volleyball. I did this. I was in a minor rear end collision back in 2016. Tell me about that. Nothing happened. I didn't do anything. I didn't follow through. I'm okay. Great. I'm going to take an x ray of your neck today just to make sure you didn't suffer any whiplash back then. Is that okay? Yes. And to check for your migraines. We go, we get that done, and then finish up our exam, and we're out. And then Doug's in. Doug, and that's how you make it. It's rare though. I'm just showing you because I know what you're thinking. Like, what happens if they both show up? It's so rare. It happens like once a year. Honestly, once a year, they'll both show up. Typically, one person shows up 5 minutes early, the next person shows up 10 minutes late. So the person that's 5 minutes early is already in the back. The person that's 10 minutes late might have to wait 10 or 15 minutes. Trust me, we're still beating the medical system. They're so used to waiting at 45 minutes for their provider. So when you get them in 10, 15 minutes, it's still a huge win. I know that's a question. Questions, guys. Talked 100 miles an hour. Lots about that pre-consult. I'll add this back to the stage. Any questions that you have and what you do, if you pre-close them, there are no bad leads. This is the problem. I get this all the time from my clients, from my groups, from my coaching, from the marketing things I go to. There are people that come in and they're like, oh man, I get so many leads, and they're just bad leads. They're not bad leads. You need to pursue them like your life depends on it. So you don't just call them twice and give up. You got to call them a lot to get there. They gave you their info. It's not like you're cold calling your community. Cold calling is the coldest form of sales. I think everyone should have a semester in chiropractic school where every chiropractic student has to cold call for AT&T or something like that for 3 months. We would all be great salesmen if we did that. Cold call and sell them AT&T phone packages or security, whatever it is. That would be absolutely fantastic. Customer service in some way, because some of us have not been through there. But questions? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking, try and entertain you. Got anything as far as that? So that's what that comes. There are no bad leads. They saw your ad. It worked. They filled out your form or your landing page, and they gave you your phone number, their phone number and their email. Like, why are you not pursuing this? Then the system that comes after that. If your front desk is not trained properly and they are doing your calls, they're going to close. No one's going to book an appointment. They have to be trained. They have to know that these patients are going to say no, because your staff has been trained in your good patients referring others, calling them. They're like, hey, Mary, hi, Lisa told me about you guys. You're so sweet. She said I have to come see you. I've had sciatica for like 5 years. Oh, Mary, yeah, we'd love to get you in. What day works for you? They're in. They're like, our staff is so used, your front desk is so used to that. Now you're trying this whole new marketing thing to try and grow your practice, and you wonder why your staff can't close them, can't get them in, because they'd rather just have referrals. And every time you ask them, should we turn that ad back on? They're like, no, don't do it, Doc. Don't do it. I'm like, why? Because you suck? Or because the ad sucks? It's because they suck. It's the truth. I have the stats to prove it. It's frustrating. And those of you that don't have employees or front desk staff, it all depends on you. So if your leads are not booking in, you suck. I love the digital agencies that are like, we'll call them for you and we'll book them in. We'll save you the hassle. Pay us an extra $2,000 a month for that service, and we'll take $4,000 a month and we'll make all the calls for you. Okay, great. They don't care about your office. They have their sales tactics to get the appointment booked. But then when the patient comes in, they weren't pre-qualified. They weren't taught what you do in your office, because those digital agencies don't know the difference between A, B, and C chiropractic, right? So those are my pet peeves about that. Great concept. They're trying to solve the problem of the clinics being bad at calling. And they're like, we'll call for you. We're better. You're better at getting the appointment booked. But again, the no-show rate's no better than the appointment book meetings that we make. Okay, good. Everyone saw that. Great. Now I get to see my pimples. Perfect. Anything? I'm going to just chill. Any questions about anything? Anything? Presidential campaign coming up. Not joking. Do not ask questions about that. Marketing in quarter 1, what the interest rates look like they're going to do. I mean, these things affect you. You got to be part of it. You got to know what's coming up, right? I think there's going to be another, like I said, we're in the funk right now. We're in the funk, and it's not as bad because people are still moving, but we're in the funk. You got to have better sales. You have to have better sales funnels from the beginning to the end, and systems and procedures in this to navigate this type of economy. For some of you that have been in practice for under, I don't know, 8 years, you haven't seen this. For those of you that have been here for 9+ years, you probably saw it. The post 2008 stuff. And then those of you that practiced, before 2001, this is your third time going through massive recessions like this. And you may be good. I don't know. But if you haven't seen it before, it's real. It's absolutely real. The number one complaint is the prices at the grocery store right now, right? Food. Once it comes down to the basics, food, it's an issue. Good. Any other questions? Anything else? Next week, we are going to do Adjusting Success live Facebook 101 ads course. I'm going to do it in 25 minutes. I'm going to show you how to set up an ad, a highly effective ad for your office. Don't miss that one. That's going to be cool. And the viewers that are live, I'll send one of them $100 cash in the mail. I'll probably PayPal you. That way it doesn't get lost in the mail. We're going to have a winner for $100. We're just going to do that. I'm just going to make this stuff more fun for you guys. But next week, yeah. And the cool thing, these are things are saved on our YouTube live. So watch them anytime afterwards. Great. Have you ever done an ad mailer? And if so, has it worked out for you? And would you recommend? What percent books on something like that? I have tried them. You're not going to like the numbers. Whenever you set out, there's EDDM. This is what this is called. Something direct mail, non-addressed mail. So you pick your zip codes and you go from there. When you do this type, it's just like a billboard. When you do this, it's 1%. It's 1%. So where we get tied up is, and the reason why you get so much stuff in the mail, in your mailbox, is because major companies know that 1 to 1.5% is the return. So depending on what they're doing, if it's fixing your AC, if it's re-roofing your house, if it's cleaning up your driveway, stuff on your house, higher ticket. You won't see people like leaf pickup mailers. Hey, we pick up your leaves. That's a low ticket thing, and it would cost a lot. So chiropractic adjustments are low ticket. Unfortunately, this is it, unless you do a high ticket thing, right? So you got to think about this. So if you get 1% return, you got to do the math. So doing a couple zip codes and spending $5,000 to send out 15,000 mailers, postcard mailers, hard print, glossy, something nice with a QR code so you can track this cool stuff. It's all about, now it's marketing 101 on that piece of paper. Like, how much information can you put on there that has a call to action that spurs an emotion? That's what you need to do. And then it has to be repetitive. And then it also has to mirror or match a Facebook campaign that's out there as well. So there's a way to do this where you can turn 1% into 2. This is crazy, and it works really well. But your offer, it's all about your offer. Like if you're doing weight loss, if you're doing spinal decompression, if you're doing neuropathy, if you're doing something packaged that takes time, higher ticket, now it's worth it because everyone that comes in and signs a $5,000 plan is a return on that campaign. That's right. So if you do a $5,000 mailer, you need one person to come in and close a $5,000 campaign. So for 5,000, how many people should you get from that? 1%. It's 50. 50 leads should come from that. Can you close 1 out of 50 to come to your office? So think about that. There is no magic campaign you can send out. They do work, but in this day and age, I would start a campaign on Facebook. We just moved into our new. So I'm going to finish the first one. We're going to start a campaign on Facebook. The colors, the branding, everything's going to look the same, and you're going to talk about your big ticket offer, how we help people with whatever neuropathy, spinal herniations, whatever, something big, functional med. We do function, whatever it is, and you start putting that out. Then on the mailer a couple months later, it now goes out. So now they're on social media. They see this font, logo, and offer. Now it's in their mailbox. They're like, time out. What's happening here? And then once they throw that in the garbage, if they don't call you, it's still they're seeing it on their feed. And you're targeting the zip codes on that Facebook ad for the same zip codes that you did the mailers. Make sense? So this is a brainstorming campaign. Then the cycle continues and you got to do another mail out. That's how it works, repetitive. So it doesn't mean you have to send it out 7 times in the mail. It means they need to see it 7 times. So if we're doing 5 campaigns on Facebook and Instagram, and then we do 2 mailers over the course of 6 months, now you're getting it. We just moved into our new office location and are doing a mailer to produce us to the surrounding neighborhoods. 2,500 mailers being sent out cost us 3,400. Nice glossy with you did it. You did it. You did it right. But what about the Facebook campaign? So hang on. We just moved a mailer location and are doing a mailer. So you haven't sent it out yet, right? Facebook campaign tonight. You're staying up late tonight. You're doing the Facebook campaign and you're putting that out, and it's going to match the colors and the mailer, and you're going to hit the zip codes. Thumbs up, right? Introduce us to new neighbors. That's what the campaign is. You're just mailing it out. But you're doing 2,500, right? Good. Okay, cool. Thumbs up. I saw the thumbs up. 2,500 mailers being sent out to the neighborhood, right? Not to like businesses around you. That doesn't make sense. 2,500 businesses? No. This is like neighborhoods, right? Yeah, it's really smart marketing. It's brand awareness. This is how you build good businesses. This is a great foundation to a rock solid business. You're investing neighbors, good neighborhoods. Perfect. Yeah. Good job. So that is how you build rock solid business principles. So this is a long-term move. If you are, this person said, we just moved into a new location. Obviously they're grounded. They're investing in themselves. They are going to try and get out to the neighborhood. This is a long-term ride. So you're looking to be there for, 15, 20 years. You're going to do your career in that location. That's great. Then this stuff is totally worth it. Totally worth it, but high ticket. You're more than welcome here in the comments. You're more than welcome to send me the infographic before you print these. It might be too late. Sounds like you've already done it, but send it there. And info@enricod.com. Send it there. And I'll take a look and give you some free feedback. Free, for as much as it's worth for me. That's chiropractor. I mean, I'm not, a university grad marketer, but done them and know what works and have helped others do them. But the great start. Very effective marketing. Good job. But the Facebook campaign, do that. Facebook, Instagram, it can be a boost for very cheap. It can be that. You do want to set the ad because then you can retarget that ad to the zip codes instead of a radius. Radius isn't going to include everyone in the radius. If you can get the zip codes that you mailed to and just create a campaign for that runs through the time that the mailer goes and afterwards, I would do 30 days after, then when they've received it. So they've seen it on Facebook, they get something in the mail, they see it on Facebook, and then the ad, if you need to stop spending, you can. So I just don't know what you did, like if high ticket or just introducing yourselves. You may not want to hear this, but if you're just introducing yourselves in the mail, waste of money. So I hope there's a really good offer on there to become not only a new patient, but the problem you solve, or a few problems that you solve. It can't just be we're the new chiropractors, come check us out. I mean that in a nice way. I want you to spend all your money the right way. Great question. Anything else? So funny. There was over the years, I've used direct marketers, I've used direct mail and like people who say they're professionals and help chiropractors, and they all disappeared. They all disappeared. I followed them for a little bit, maybe hired them, maybe I didn't, and they no longer exist. They don't help chiropractors do it anymore because they thought they had an idea, they tried to make it go out there, and it didn't actually work. So when your reputation doesn't keep growing, it's dying. So that's what ended up happening with them. But the rules all play the same way. Nice. Yeah, go for it. If you need help with that too, let me know. Can I help you with the Facebook? That's where we're good at. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Man, you guys that are perfectionists, me too. And I'm saying that too. It holds you back. It holds you back. I came down here to, I sold in Canada, came down to Florida and kind of got forced into opening from scratch. I was, a young family. I'm like, man, I can't sit here and wait for the next opportunity to come. I'm going to create my own opportunity. And because I was rushed with babies in the house and all this stuff, there was no time for perfection. Just got things done. Literally, the construction we slapped together, we opened up this thing, we signed, even our new satellite that we just opened, second location, literally did it overnight, signed a lease. The lady, was like, I'm like, okay, I don't have time to sign a 5-year lease here. I don't know how this thing's going to go. She's like, are you cool with month to month? I'm like, give me the piece of paper. That is awesome. Month to month. Like, right. And we're making it happen as I speak right now. So there's no more time for perfection in my life. We just get it done, get the results, have QR codes, have some data on the results, and then determine whether it was successful or not, and not just put our heads down and say it was a fail, because it probably wasn't. So you're going to send out 2,500 of these. You're going to get 25 to 30 leads. You have to. If you get 5, it's the mailer. It's the ad copy sucked. That's the problem. If you get the 25, there's great ad copy. The conversion is going to be based on the offer. So if you have why can't we do the $49 Chiro offer and a mailer? Why can't we just have that offer in a mailer? Then all they see is that offer. It's a completely different demographic. People typically under 50 will click on the Facebook forums and do those, and people over 50 will respond to mailers. Will they scan a QR code though? It's a 50-50 with that demographic. Half of them will. Half of the 65, 70-year-olds are better on their phone than I am. I mean, they know everything. It's great. The other half don't want to scan a code and go to a website. So different things do get people different ways, but mailers, what about the people that are not on Facebook? That's why we do direct mail, is we're getting people that are not on Facebook. I have friends that I graduated high school from that don't have any social media. Zero. They just decided, well, I'm not doing social media. So then you mail to their home, you're getting your ideal client. So it's just smart on so many levels. I'm just nitpicking the mistakes that are made on direct mail. It's the ad copy sucks, and there's no plan. Are you going to follow up? When are you going to follow up? When's the next mailer going to go? Is this a one and done thing? $3,400. It's a lot, right? So how much do you spend on Facebook at the same time, right? So we need to know our budgets, how much we make. 10% of what we make in gross revenue is marketing. So if you do $400,000 a year, but this person just moved into their new location, right? How much are they bringing in per month? So this is where things get tough. But genius marketing strategy. Just don't give up on it. Tweak it and at least do one more in 3 to 6 months so they see it again. Awesome. Anything else as far as marketing? What are you guys doing? Great, guys. That's awesome. I know it's late on a Monday, but this is when we do it. And they're saved and you can see it. And book yourself solid, or Get Book Solid. I think that's the official name. Get Book Solid. July 11th. Get Book Solid. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. July 11th and 12th in the Canadian Rockies. You guys are going to get all the promo links to come up there. You're going to need to know now for flights. It's it's going to be epic. It's going to be absolutely epic. But we're also bringing in amazing speakers, including myself. The entire Facebook thing that we do and Instagram and TikTok, will be teaching that inside and out. So you get to sit in the seminar for 2 days and learn that. Other speakers that are going to help you grow virtual practice and brick and mortar practice. Excited. Did I need to do this? No, but we are. And I wanted to pick a great spot. So this becomes like a summer getaway for everybody. This becomes a family trip. If you need to bring the family, I mean, it's just epic. The Canadian Rockies, July, just I would take off the week. Just come on Thursday and Friday for that, and come check it all out. So info's coming out there. You guys are gonna get the discount code. So if you jump in early, it's $349. I mean, you guys are gonna get this for steal, $349. Do you put a lot into networking with other healthcare professionals? And is it by word of mouth or patients talking about their massage therapist, pediatrician? I do put a lot of time into relationships. Yes. And you should too. Absolutely spend a lot of time. Now, is it word of mouth? The word of mouth from your patients are the first practitioners you should be going to. It creates a direct path, and it becomes very simple to talk to them, because when Mary says that she loves the pediatrician her kids go to, it opens up the door for you to call the office and be like, hey, Mary told me she sees you guys, and we need to refer more patients. And it's just so nice to hear that there's a great pediatrician close by. Is there a time for Dr. K to meet up with me for a coffee, or can I stop by and just meet him? I'd love to know how to efficiently refer more patients to you, and what patients are your ideal client. They say yes. It's all about them. And you make it about them. When you walk in the front door of just random healthcare providers, how do you feel when random salespeople walk into your door? It's the exact same thing. That's why you get the cold shoulder. But if you walk up to the front desk and say the same thing, like know the name of the doctor that works there, know what the name of the business is before you walk in. You walk on in and you're like, hey, I'm Dr. Enrico. We have patients that we've referred here, or we have patients that see you guys. I just wanted to come in and see. I have more referrals I need to give out. I need to know the most efficient way to do that at your office. Who can I speak with? Which therapists are your busiest, or which therapists are the ones that are accepting new patients? I'd love to talk to them and see what their ideal client is. Works great. So networking is really important. It should be a consistent thing. We get busy, we fall behind. I understand. But it should be a yes. So the answer is yes to your question. But that's how we do it. We don't just go to the people across the street. The worst thing is when you try and work with hyper local people like across the street, and they suck. They're like, you're a chiropractor and they're a pediatrician, and you want to refer to them, but your patients end up telling you that they went there and they suck. They don't like them, for whatever reason it may be. But you were trying to just do it because of locality. That's not the best way. I would pick the best people, because when then you start referring, you're creditable because you gave them great referral source. So be mindful of your reputation when you do this. I don't just meet. That's why I hate BNI. I hate networking groups, because who shows up to them? Highly successful practitioners or people looking for more referrals? I mean, unfortunately, that's the truth. So if you're just starting out out of school, it's great. BNI is great. You learn social skills, networking skills, and you might get some referrals out of it. It's a win. But I hate them because the people that are there are not the best qualified people in their industry. That's just unfortunate, and then you put yourself in that boat too. So that's my, if you're going to do a networking group, you curate the group. You start it as the expert. Like, hey, we're starting North Pittsburgh now. And then North Pittsburgh professionals come and join your networking group. That's like once a week or once every other week or once a month, something doable. You're not doing any stupid mandatory referral. You get to create your own rules. You make it low friction transaction for them. And then you're sharing your stories about being a business owner and how you'd be amazed how many other industries look at chiropractors and say, how do they do what they do? They think you guys are freaking millionaires. They really do. PTs, they think they're mad at chiropractors they always joke about how easy we have it. We don't. We all know that, but they look up to you. If you were to just meet some PTs and be like, "Hey, would you like to meet up? I'd love to network with you guys and brainstorm about how to build practice together." And then they're like, "Yeah." They typically say yes, even if they don't care about spinal manipulative therapies. They say yes because they all think chiropractors have it made. It's funny what we perceive of ourselves and what other industries perceive of us. It's yeah, they don't expect you to drive up in a nice car. Like, what? You're a chiropractor? And then other industries are like, yeah, you're loaded. So it's funny, the perception. Great. That was a good one. I like that one. It was just way outside the box, closing people before they even come to your office. Day twos become, and I don't like these analogies, but shooting fish in a barrel. That's what ends up happening, because the only people that will make it to your day two, your report and your care plan, are people that already bought. I don't even have a day two. Typically it's day one, because we've talked so much that they're closed. When they come in, they want to see the plan. They haven't even done the x-rays yet. They're like, okay, what's the plan? I'm like, well, let's take the x-rays. Let me see if this is going to be a 6-month thing or a 3-month thing. We sit down, we do it. And then we can close them on day one. That's the plan right there. There is no day two. It's super sweet. And that's all the stuff I teach and will be doing at Get Book Solid. So that's cool stuff. So I'll have all that stuff coming out. You guys are going to be the first ones to hear about it. But plan for that July, mid-July. Anything else? Anything else? I'm here for you. So I think I missed any comments on YouTube. Are we good? Next week, how to set up Facebook ads. Maybe how to set up the ad for your direct mailer. We could do that next week. So I'll be doing the course from A to Z, how to set up, what to look for, what stats you look for, the data. You'll literally go from beginner to novice Facebook ad person, and you can just do your own ads. Like, literally, this is what we're going to do next week. I am not hiding anything. So make sure you invite some people to that. And that is it for tonight. See you next week. But really, I'm here for you anytime you need. Just reach out. Have a great night.